Hello. Welcome to season 2, episode 2.
Yes. I know, when we first started talking, I was like, what episode are we on, and what season are we on, and where are we?
It is September of
Yep.
2023.
Yes.
If this ends up in a time capsule or aliens are watching it and it's like,
have you seen all that
50-47?
alien stuff
going
on? There's like loads of alien stuff happening in
there?
like Mexico right now, I think. Or maybe South America in general. I think it's maybe that was found in Peru. But anyway, there's that going on, and then there's some like UFO commission going on in the States right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't a topic I thought we'd discuss today, so...
The first tangent of the episode.
Yeah.
Anyway.
If you're new, I'm Carmen.
And I'm Kayleigh.
And this is actually a podcast about knitting.
Yep.
Sometimes.
You might think. You might think, is it? Is it really?
I feel like it's been a long 2 weeks since we filmed the last episode.
I kind of almost forgot about episode 1.
Yeah. A lot has happened in the last 2 weeks. We keep saying that, but like these 2 weeks have been...
I mean, this week.
This week has been...
Extra.
Extra.
Yeah.
And we are going to tell you all about why it was extra in our yarny lives.
Mm-hmm. You probably already know.
Yes, if you follow us on Instagram, you will know.
Yep. Everybody who came into the shop today was like, oh yes, I know.
Well, it means, you know, we're doing our job.
They kept going, Carmen's very excited.
I am very excited. The 2 people who were in here on Tuesday when the Spincycle arrived must have thought I was nuts.
Insane.
I'm also pretty sure, because Alex, her mom, Michelle, and Susan were also in the shop.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of people in the shop.
Yes, yeah. Plus 2 customers. And I'm pretty sure, like, you know, Michelle and Susan were like, what is going on? Like,
yeah. Yeah, I know. Chaos.
Absolute chaos. Yes, so, but first, before we do that, we are gonna have some wine.
Yep. We've got a special bottle today. We
do have a special bottle. We have to thank my mom.
Yep.
Who sent me a message and said, get yourself a bottle of wine for the next, so you and Kaylee a bottle of wine for the next episode.
Just you.
Yeah.
This is all for
me. So I went and did that. So this is courtesy of my mom. Thank you, Mom.
It does look extra special.
It does look extra special. So I was at the farmer's market today because we are going on a retreat next week.
Yeah.
One of our knitting retreats. And so we like to do a lot of shopping for local things. The retreat is in Cumbria, but you know, local Bath things. Yep. So there's a farmer's market on Saturday where we went to get that. So cheese, hummus, veg.
Nice. I need to go on one of these retreats.
They're very nice. I'm very much looking forward to next week. I
Yeah.
really need it right now.
Yeah,
like really need it.
If I had annual leave to take, I would be there.
Yes. And our friend Angus from Wolf Wines had a stand. And if you remember back, we had a wine tasting.
Yeah, it was
him.
When was that? That was like
July,
midsummer. Yeah. I think it was one of our last episodes towards the end of last
like
season.
8
yeah,
or 9, I guess. Yeah. Yes. So he was there with Wolf Wines, and I was like, so give me something special. What on here is like the thing I need today? Yeah. And so he presented me with this here, which I cannot pronounce.
Lune Rousse.
Yes. They only received 12 bottles of this. That was their allocation.
Oh, it's an orange wine too.
It is an orange wine.
I love an orange wine.
So, I was writing notes while he was talking about it because I don't know if you remember either from when we talked about it. Like, he is passionate about the wine. He can definitely talk about wine the way we can talk about yarn and knitting. And I was like, I can't keep up. We were talking about fiber, So, it is from a biodynamic vineyard.
Ooh, that means moon stuff's going on.
Yes. Leo would really.
Yeah, Leo would. Yeah. He loves his Brazilian magic that he casts on the vineyards in right outside of Bath.
Oh yes, that's right.
So
yeah, we have a good friend who is Brazilian and he just finished a PhD in agriculture and biodynamic farming, among other things. So yeah. I wrote down 12 hefted. I'm not sure what that means anymore. Oh, hectares. That's what that was supposed to say. Stupid typing. And it's from
so it's only
Alsace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything at this vineyard is done by hand, and 70% of the vines are Grand Cru vines.
Ooh.
Which,
cool.
that is a big deal. So, it's an orange wine, which means it's had skin contact with Gewürz.
Gewürz.
Well, Gewürz is a German word for spice.
Oh, interesting.
Or flavoring, right? But that is not how I meant it. And we should have notes of white peach, tropical fruit, rose water, and 4 other things he spoke too fast for me to write down. So
okay.
That is the end of my notes.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can pick out any other extra bits in there. I love an orange wine though. It looks like it's from like a super small vineyard, which is awesome.
I don't know that I've had an orange wine before, actually.
Really?
Yeah. This is new to me. He had a couple of different orange wines, in fairness.
Good.
He had one that was much more orange looking.
I love the bottle.
It's a beautiful bottle. He did still have some bottles left when I left this morning, but they did only have 12. So if you are interested, based on our review.
They have a website.
They do have a website. Yeah. It is Wolf Wine.
Yeah.
We'll put a thing in the comments.
It's a bit of cork in mine.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I opened it, so.
She opened it. Alright, cheers.
You can smell the rose water. That is something different.
Oh, that is really
You can definitely tell the rose water, which gives it but like, it smells really rose watery, but it's not like, when you drink it, it's not like you're tasting only rose water.
It doesn't actually smell like wine.
No.
It smells really flat, if that makes sense at all. Like,
yeah, not very vinegary.
Not very alcohol-y.
The rose water is the thing, it comes through the nose, but you can taste other things before it comes through.
But it's not particularly aromatic.
You can definitely taste like a bit of tartness in it as well.
I'm just trying to look at the percentage. 13.5% alcohol.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Juicy.
Yeah.
We're gonna get drunk.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And does it say on here?
I can't read the label because it's in French.
Yeah.
Just the Gewürz is in German.
15 jours. Well, that means days, right?
Oh yes, there's something about it being. Oh, it's oak barrel aged.
Ah, okay. Yes. Okay. So that's the vanilla-y bit.
Yeah. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
What would I eat this with?
Oh, I was gonna say
cheese
fish. Oh, definitely cheese. This would go well with cheese.
Really good with cheese.
Which he was telling us actually. He's the one who kind of like introduced us to the fact that like actually white wines can do some really interesting things. To cheeses.
To cheese.
Yeah.
We should do another wine tasting with them.
We should definitely. Yeah. There's also that other place in Bath, Beckford Bottle Shop.
Oh yes, Beckford.
They're doing a few wine tastings that I'd like to go to as well. They have like kind of when they're kind of basically trying to figure out what their next season's going to be. They have a wine tasting for it. So.
Love that.
Yeah.
We do like a wine tasting. If you have one, tell us about it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll probably show up.
Yeah, we will. If it's in the area or close enough.
We don't have to drive there.
Or if there's like something yarny on the way to your...
Yeah, I mean we might travel quite far.
Yeah.
If we can get yarn and wine.
Yeah.
So thank you for the recommendation, Angus, and thank you, Mom. This is definitely a special bottle.
How would you say that?
Gewürztraminer. Hang on. Gewürztraminer.
Is it German?
Yeah, that's German. I don't know what Traminer. I don't know what that means. It's a word I'm not familiar with.
Because I find it interesting. I guess Alsace is sort of closer to Germany,
yes,
right?
That is right on the border.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of Riesling comes from the other side of the border.
Yeah, I was actually going to say, it does remind me a little bit of a Riesling.
Yeah.
It's spicy. It's a good one.
It is good.
It's very different.
Yeah, I don't actually know how to describe it because it's very different.
It is very different. And it is like, it's not spicy,
no, but
it
has
got a spice to it.
A bit more like a red wine thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not as light.
That'll
as
be the skin contact. Yeah. It's lovely.
It's good.
That rose water. That is something very special.
I'm slightly regretting the coconut lip balm I put on there.
Oh yeah, fair. yeah. It's very autumnal as well.
And he was right, so I asked him what temperature I should serve it at, and he said put it in the fridge this afternoon, and then about 20 minutes before you want to drink it, take it out, and like, so don't drink it cold. So I think we've hit the temperature correctly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
13.5. That's like a red wine.
Yep. And then we're going in for glass number 2.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really finish the first one.
No, that's
the first one was a little tasting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so.
And the people who don't like the drinking part of this podcast have stopped watching already because they've told us about it.
They've gone past it.
Yeah.
Alright, so. Exciting things.
Yes, but first we're going to show off our whips.
Oh yes.
FOs. So we just completely blew past this last time.
I'm just so excited.
I know, it's too exciting. But I finished something and I want to show it off.
Yeah. You did.
I did.
You did. Well, you finished a few things.
No, not well, just the one.
Really? I thought there was 2.
Well, there's
1.5.
So I finally finished the shawl whose name I have.
Kangas.
Kangas. Yep, from Aleks Byrd.
Have you finished it?
So mean.
Well, for the listeners out there, Carmen's got these ends to weave in.
I do have ends to weave in, and I did just give Kayleigh the dirtiest look on the planet.
Exactly.
But it's done. The knitting is done. It does really need a blocking. This is in Dyed by Delz BFL Twist DK.
This Abador's water?
Abador's waters and Vincent's Highland coup. So it's a really lovely, like, lightish mid blue with
it's gonna be awesome to wear.
Like a golden brownie color.
Really good colors.
Yeah, very good colors.
Goes
for
well
me.
with your purple actually.
Yeah. I really needed a new shawl. I hadn't knitted a new shawl in a while, and this is just gonna be really easy and wearable. So I will probably take this to the retreat, weave in the ends.
Nice.
I won't block it while I'm there, but yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I really want to do a color block version.
I would like to do that as well. Like, I will definitely make another one of these. It was an easy knit, but because of the braids, it was interesting enough. And yeah, I like the color block versions, and I think I have some DK in my stash that I can use for that. It's
also too, it's really squishy.
Yes.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not a yarn that is gonna have like loads of like fiberiness to it, right?
No, it's
just a lovely squashy, bouncy yarn. And the BFL really comfy.
Yeah, the BFL is just like a little bit grippier than merino. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's very nice. And then I made a sock.
Love it.
I'm working on a second sock, but I just really want to show off the colors on this because it's so pretty. It's Shirley Bryan yarn. It's one of her deconstructed fade sock sets in a color name that is like 4 sentences long, something about dragons.
Love it.
But it's so me.
Yeah.
So me. And actually, I got gifted this at a retreat a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by Aleks and her mum.
Oh, nice.
And so, yeah, I'm gonna hopefully finish the second sock at the retreat next week.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. And what was the pattern?
I made it up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I'm a plain sock kind of girl.
Yep.
But the thing is, I don't like a stockinette sock. I don't think it stays up very well. Yeah. So I just did a 3x1 rib.
Yep.
For as long as I wanted, and then I did a regular slip stitch heel on this, which isn't my super favorite.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I have partridge as my favorite, but
cool.
I was being really lazy. Yeah. Did the heel flap, and then just
love it.
Yeah. Rib on the top, not on the bottom.
It looks really small that way.
I know, it does.
But I also think it's because we've been knitting those really weird looking socks for Sam.
Yeah, those look like snakes.
Yeah. Because it's green too.
Yeah. Or other things. But we're going to be nice and call them
other things. Go back to episode 2 if you want to know what we're talking about.
So those are the 2 things that I have knit. What have you knit?
Well, I'm a one knit kind of girl, a monogamous knitter.
Since when?
Most of the time I am. But I keep signing up for these test knits because I am like, oh my god, I need to knit that now. And I can't wait till the pattern comes out. And so I sign up for these test knits. That's how I got in with the Fierce by Kate Oates, which I showed last time, or 2 times before that. But this time, this is a Lily Kate pattern, and it's coming out actually this week.
Okay. Oh, you're not done yet,
so
are you?
I'm supposed to be finished. But because I was late with my last test knit, this test knit, I had a late start to it as well. But this is the piping hot sweater.
It's really cute.
Due to the piping bit, and I'll hold it up so you can kind of see it a little bit better.
Yeah, so there's a like...
I got these like...
You've got some bobbins hanging.
Yeah, bobbins hanging.
Yeah, so there's like a stripe of piping, you would call it, down the front center?
It's front center, back center, so that's the back. And then down, it's going to go down the 2 sleeves as well. So all the way down.
Oh, all the way down the sleeves as well.
So, to make my life easy...
Yeah.
I decided to do the piping detail in Spincycle because I was like, oh my god, color changing yarn. And I also had this yarn actually left over from my Easy V. And I love this color. I mean, this has Kayleigh written all over it.
It really does. Greens and oranges and yellows.
Yeah. And yeah, so I was obsessed with it. But it means I've had to do a bit of yarn management so that it's similar enough. I've been actually really proud of how I've been able to do that. But a big reason why it's actually worked is because you have to wind yarn off into a bobbin anyway, otherwise you'll end up in an absolute tangled mess.
Okay.
And the piping detail is a little bit raised on the top, so I can't tell you how it's done because Lily Kate asked us not to share that. But it's really clever, really easy. Also, it's one of those ones because the rest of it is stocking stitch, that you can do it really mindlessly, and then you get to the piping detail, you do something there, and it breaks it up then, so you don't feel like you're just going round and round and round and round and round. And it's also really interestingly constructed because you actually start with the 2 saddle shoulders, and then you pick up on the front and the back. And actually, you start off by picking up on the back. And you actually do a bunch of short rows on the back. Then you do the underarm increases. Then you come back to the front, pick up there. Then you do these 2 panels and these increases for the whatever it's called.
It's a fairly boxy shape to the pattern. Yeah, that makes sense with the saddle shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a slight like boat necky kind of thing too, which I really like.
These are such Kayleigh colors.
Yep, very Kayleigh colors.
I mean, it's basically just an inversion of the sweater you're wearing. Kayleigh's wearing her Shift Again.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Shift Again by Andrea Murray. Did this during the cow. Oh, and you might be asking, what is your main color, Kayleigh?
What is your main color, Kayleigh? What yarn are you using?
One of my favorites. So, actually, surprisingly, because I'm using leftovers from the Easy V, I also use this yarn for the Easy V. So this is Garthenor Beacons. I'm using it in the colorway that is not Dragonfly. It is...
I'm stumped.
Because it's not one of the ones Carmen carries. It is...
We don't have any beacons at the moment.
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird,
yes. And the reason I'm using Hummingbird, I love the color, but I would have used Dragonfly if we had it, was that because they're respinning all of this right now and dyeing it, this was the color that Johnny had some yarn in. And I was like, it's perfect. I love it. Let's go.
He was like, you can have this color or that color.
That one.
Those are your options.
Those are your options.
Yeah, we're desperately waiting for beacons to be available again.
So that's what I've been up to. I'm about to start my Tessellated as well, because I need to get that done for Rhinebeck. So that has a due date. So I may not be such a monogamous knitter next week.
Yeah. Speaking of the Tessellated, I did some swatching.
Yeah.
And my swatches are still drying on my Cocoa Knits blocking mat. And this is, by the way, just a brief thing about swatching for you kids out there. Block your swatch. There's no point in knitting it if you're not going to block it. But I didn't just want to check out gauge. I wanted to look at color choices for my Tessellated. So because of our exciting new yarn deliveries, I hadn't started my Tessellated yet. I was like, fuck it. We're doing something completely different than what I was doing.
Yeah, that ended up happening to me too.
Yeah.
Yep. So what is this new exciting news, Carmen, though, before we go into the Tessellated?
This new exciting news is that we have launched Fluff. Look, we're sitting in front of it.
Big surprise!
Which is a collaboration between Walcot Yarns and Les Garçons. So it is a really stunning blend. I still have to read off the label because the percentages are a little bit funny.
They're like weird, yeah.
So it's a 55% Baby Alpaca, 18% fine merino wool, 17% mulberry silk, 10% yak, and 100% Dreamy. It is a sport weight blown yarn, or brushed yarn, sorry.
It's gorgeous.
Let's let that focus, please. Please focus. Come on. So this is English Rose. It's not focusing. And yeah,
Obsessed.
I'm totally obsessed with it. Obviously, I've knit with the yarn, the undyed from Test Spins, and I've seen the colors, but they only send you little tiny colors.
Little tiny colors.
Little tiny color swatches.
And it's really hard to see how they then like sit together because of that.
They look different when they're in a full skein.
Yeah, definitely.
And
just in the same way that like some yarns look different when they're knitted up.
Yes, absolutely.
And they feel different when they're knitted up. I've actually tried a finished garment on.
Have you?
In Fluff.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which we'll have more news about in coming weeks.
Yeah.
But Amanda's done a design. And it's beautiful. It's
really
amazing.
gorgeous.
And basically she did it in my size, so I'm really lucky. I got to try it on. First person to wear a garment in Fluff. Yeah. I mean, no big deal. So yes, and it's ridiculous. You put it on, you don't want to take it off. Like you could literally like just sleep in it.
Yes.
Like, it is so soft.
So we've also said it's 100% Dreamy, so all of the Walcot yarns have a little sort of extra ingredient, if you will.
They're so cute.
And it really is. Everybody who's come in and squished it this week has been like, oh my god.
It's something special. I mean,
it's definitely something
and
special.
the yak in it gives it a little bit of moodiness, which is really nice. So is this one the undyed?
Yes. So actually, I've got it in front of me. So we don't mess up our display. We'll talk about all the colors. So this is Feather, which is the undyed, and you can see the sort of brownness of the yak, and that gives it this like heathery, gray tone.
Really warm as well.
Yeah, it's warm. I think it also makes the whole palette work together in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
It makes the color a bit more complex and a bit, it gives it a bit more depth.
Definitely.
Yeah. And it's really nice to knit with because it has a nice wool core.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're just knitting with wool.
It also too, it doesn't like catch, you know? It feels like, you know, you're knitting with a proper yarn, not like a lace weight mohair at all.
Yeah.
I mean, as Carmen said, it is a sport weight.
Yep.
So it's quite unique in that regard of like there aren't that many
thicker
floofers out there.
Yes. Floofers.
Floofers.
That's what I call Peach's little toe. Oh. She gets a lot of like fur between her toes, and I call them her floofers.
Her little floofers.
So yes, it is quite unique in that we don't have anything against a lace weight mohair.
Oh no, we love them,
a lot of those on the market.
Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of patterns out there that hold them double or that along with something. And Max in particular, because he's done quite a bit of designing and he really loves a fluffy yarn, he wanted something that he could just use on its own and not have to hold double, because he's holding everything double.
Definitely.
So that is why this is sport weight. It is 200 meters to 50 grams, so it's quite a lot of yardage.
Yeah, definitely. So the sweater that Amanda made.
Yes, I think she used 3.5 skeins.
Yeah, I think
for that.
She said she needed 4.
Yeah,
so,
but I don't think she used all 4. It is a little bit. It's not a long
cropped.
sweater. It's cropped.
And that was the
like a little mock neck.
Yeah, mock neck. Yeah, ribbed.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are going to be able to make a sweater in 4 to 6 skeins.
Yeah, definitely.
Sort of in that. Well, 6 skeins will get you 1,200 meters.
Yeah.
Which is that's really good meterage.
Yeah.
So yeah, should we do? What are your favorite colors? Do you want to show us your favorite colors?
I mean, my favorite colors.
Is that your favorite color?
I do like the orange, but it's actually it's a bit of a different orange. I'd want to pair this with something, because it's a little bit, actually on camera it looks beautiful on me. It's a little bit paler than I would normally go, and so I would want to use it like, so for one of the patterns that we're recommending, Instant Crush, this will definitely feature in that one for me. But actually, so a customer came in today and she picked up those ones, no, those and that. And that's really gonna be her instant crush. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, I've just had an instant crush.
Yeah.
On this yarn combo.
Oh my God.
So I'm like obsessed with that.
Instant Crush is by Locatelli, by the way. It's a lovely new pattern.
Yep.
That's a great combo.
That's a great combo.
So we have Feather, Cinema, Amethyst, and Marmalade.
Yep. But I would have to say my favorites are, so the ones I took to go home for these three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, those are also my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is actually, I really love the grays as well. When you first told me that you were having 3 grays, I was like, what? And now that I've seen them, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that makes sense, don't they?
Yeah.
I would also just like to point out to you that we paired this for someone the other day.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm obsessed.
Yeah. Let me show you what Kaylee's eyes just bugged out about. So you can definitely also pair Fluff with something like Opus or Origin, or a lot of the yarns from Les Garçons, so there's some crossover there. And this we thought would be really fun, which is High Desert on Origin and Marmalade in Fluff. I think that'd be a really interesting combo. And there's a pattern by Jonna.
Oh, is it the...
It is the Seela sweater.
Oh, Seela.
And a customer picked up yarn for that this week.
Oh, cute.
She didn't pick this color combo. She did Pacific.
Oh, yeah. These two?
Yeah, Pacific and Glacial Depths.
Yeah, those are amazing.
Is phenomenal. And now I want to make that sweater too.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So it's
I've been wanting to
weight.
use Pacific for ages. Yeah. But yeah, it's a chunky weight.
Yeah, she went away, did her swatch, came back the next day. Picked out yarn for Tessellated and had her swatch with her, and we were all like drooling, absolutely drooling.
I love that.
Yeah.
I also am very much obsessed with this.
Yes, that is great.
Yeah, I am like in love with that one.
Yeah.
Like actually this color, when I first looked at it, I was like, I think I want that one. And I was like, I don't know. I think I like these three better.
Yeah, so we have Boreal, which is the Fluff, with Spruce on Origin, and they're greens.
But it's a weird green.
It's, well...
Not weird.
No, it's not weird, but it isn't... It's not green. Yeah. It's a little bit blue-green, but it's definitely green.
That would make my eyes pop.
It would very much make your eyes pop. Kayla has lovely green eyes.
I've got gray eyes, actually.
Well, yes. I think
but they look green sometimes, and then they look blue sometimes.
I think I saw somebody on a doctor on TikTok explaining that green eyes aren't actually a thing.
Yeah, not
and explaining
really.
the science of it, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
They still look green.
They still look green.
Yes, so that is some of the colors.
Also obsessed with this.
Yeah.
So this is the Opus with...
yes. So this is Lavender Tea in Fluff and our Summer Storm in Opus.
Yeah.
Which is a favorite. They are purple, but kind of neutral purples.
Yeah.
And they just work really well together. They aren't technically the same color. Like, they're not matched. We do have one that's matched.
Yes, that's the Amethyst, right?
Yes. I think Amethyst is matched. And Goldenrod.
Oh yeah, Goldenrod, yeah.
Yeah. Whoop. Falling over. Yes, so Goldenrod we have on Fluff, which is, I think, our best seller on Opus. Just a lovely mustardy color.
It's beautiful.
That people just love year after year. It's not a color for me.
I love this one.
Yeah.
This was the one I was like, I need 3 skeins of Goldenrod. And then I came in and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna knit a sweater in Goldenrod, so I'll get 3. But then, yeah, and then this is Wild Lilac on Origin and Amethyst on Fluff. It's looking really blue there.
It is looking
beautiful.
They are quite bluey purple.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
What other colors then?
Okay, so we've just jumped right into combos.
Yep.
That's fine. We also have velvet on Fluff, which is kind of what you expect of a purple velvet curtain. It would look really nice with plum and Opus. That would lift it a little bit.
Definitely.
Also, let's see. We've got Cinema, which Kaylee's just shown in her combo, which is the most amazing red. Our good friend and customer Becca bought this. Did you see her photo on Instagram?
No, I haven't.
She was just like
I did. Yes, I
overjoyed,
did.
and she's like, "This is the most perfect red I have ever seen." I was like, "Thank you."
It is.
It is a very perfect red. It's a blue red, not an orange red, and it's stunning.
It is.
Like, I definitely want a sweater.
Yeah, it's very you color.
You could pair it with cranberry, an Opus, and you could pair it with Hippie Heart from Origin.
Yeah.
I think you could pair it with
Petunia
as well.
Yeah.
So that would be really nice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Actually, this would go really well with the other pink on it.
Yes.
I'm jumping ahead.
I've got that actually on the floor.
Oh, do. Yeah, actually, I was just looking down at the floor to see what other colors we have.
Because that is where we start.
Yeah.
Here is the floor.
Is the floor. It's a very clean floor, don't worry. So we've got Dancing Flamingo up top on the Fluff. And then we have Taffy. I always think this is called Bubblegum, but it's called Taffy.
It was very close to being called Bubblegum.
Yeah. Taffy and Opus. So that would be quite cool. It would make it a bit less, how do you describe? Bubblegummy.
Because this is slightly corally.
Yeah.
It's a little bit yellowy.
Yeah, I love that one though.
Yeah.
So that's Dancing Flamingo. This has been really popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also really like the
name. Gorgeous.
Okay, and then we have lots of neutrals.
Yep.
So Mist is the color that has not been showing up on camera very well. It's a very sort of light gray green, like a dirty spearmint is how we've been describing it.
Yeah,
okay.
Come on,
little camera. Focus.
There you go. Look at that beauty.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's because it sometimes reads like an ice blue, but it definitely has more green in it.
It is definitely a green, but yes, it can.
It's like a greeny ice blue.
Yeah. And then we have Officer, which is like an army green khaki color. I really like this.
I think that's gonna knit up beautifully.
I think it's gonna knit up absolutely beautifully.
I think it's less shocking.
Lovely neutral.
Yeah. I think like when you walk in and you look at all the colors, I think it can sit to the back a bit.
Yeah.
But then if you're somebody who likes any sort of like khaki kind of coloring at all, like that's gonna be a beautiful neutral. You know, that's Anna. Is that the one that Anna picked?
No, I think she's gone bright blue. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it looks really
gorgeous,
good with, like, if you pair it with some things, you know, a little combo here.
You need one of those kind of colors though. Like not everything can be in your face.
No.
Yeah.
No. You need to like offset it and you need to have different combos. So we've seen Feather, which is the warm gray, and then we have Cold Rain, which is a cool light gray.
It's a little darker than Feather as well.
It is a tiny bit darker, but it is, I'll show them together. So Feather's on the bottom and Cold Rain's on top. So it's just a warm and a cool.
Yep.
And then, last but not least, I think that's everything then, is Shadow.
That's fun. I really like that one.
Which is basically a black, almost a black. It's really nice. This one, we had a hard time.
Say that's a black?
Well, I don't think she's gonna say it's black. I think she's gonna say it's gray. But we had a hard time picking the dark gray. And we're all really pleased with how it turned out.
It's gorgeous.
It would go very well with charcoal from Opus. Just lift that a little bit.
It's reading a bit blue on that camera, and I think it's because the light is a bit cold.
Yeah, we've got like a ring light.
Yeah, but it's more properly gray.
Yeah,
I mean it's definitely
storm
undertones,
also.
Right? But not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
I think that is really a light thing. So yeah, those are the colors of Fluff.
Yeah, amazing. A lot of work has gone into that. So when did you start thinking about this?
November last year.
Oh wow! So almost a full year.
Yeah, almost a full year is when we started, well, when the idea came to be, it was actually one of the retreats.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I had some yarn samples from the mill that I had been mulling over, and I hadn't really had time to look at them properly, so I took them to retreat with me because I thought I'll have a little time. And then I thought I'll show them to like some yarny friends while we're here. Yeah. And then Max came into the kitchen a little bit later, and he was like, so that one yarn, I really like it. I really, really like it. I think we should do it together. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So we, the next night we were drinking whiskey and solidifying the deal. So
very good.
That's how retreats go sometimes.
There you go.
Yeah, and then we started on the project, and the thing is, it sounds pretty easy because we knew the fiber.
Yeah.
We changed the spec a bit from like the sample that I had at the retreat. So we did some adapting of that, and then so you get like a sample spin, and then you do some swatching, and you're like, do I like this? This is what we want to do, and then you pick some colors.
Yep.
And they send these back to you as lab dips, and some of them work,
and some of them don't.
Some of them do not.
Yes, there was one color that you got, and I was like furious that you didn't put it in one of your colors, but it didn't really work for the rest of the palette, but it was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens. There's like individual things that are great. Yeah. And then some of it is just a bit nuanced, and so you have to go back and do something else. And then you start with we started with several, like over 20 colors, and we knew we weren't going to start with that palette. So we've got 15. We whittled it down to that. There was not arguing, but there was passionate advocating for the colors that we loved. Yeah.
How many grays were on the table?
I think there were 6 at one point. There will be more in later.
Thing is that we all love to wear gray.
We do love to wear gray.
So it makes sense.
Yeah. And Max does such great things with gray in his design work. So yeah.
Just because he really knows how to like work the different types of contrasting with color blocking.
Yes,
and he's a master in that. Yeah. That, of course, a gray is going to really balance a lot of that color blocking. Yep. Yeah, his stuff is beautiful.
Yes. And I love the sweater he's working on in Fluff right now.
Yeah.
He's shown a little sneak peek on Instagram.
Something just popped in my mind as I was saying that, which was a clip from episode 2, where I think I was like gushing about Max, and I just feel like everybody's gonna be like, Kayleigh,
had a little crush on Max.
Like he's engaged.
Doesn't mean we can't have a crush on his work.
He is. He's phenomenal.
Yeah, Max is phenomenal, as is Vincent.
Yes, he is.
And they have been so lovely to work with. Really, truly, it's been a proper collaboration. Yeah. And that feels really nice.
Yeah, Vincent's a really great guy for color.
Yeah. Yeah. And he
loves the moodiness, the sexiness of the art too.
Yes, he does. But also just, like more boring stuff. It's been really nice to share some of the admin work. It's been nice to share the like creative marketing stuff, the sales stuff, it's just nice to have collaborators on all of those fronts.
Yeah, and it must be really interesting too, like working with people that you're also like friends with. Yeah. And also changing that relationship can have its struggles, but also its rewards, and you get to see this person and work with this person in a new and exciting way.
Yeah. I mean, I think what I love the most is I get to talk to them every week now. Yeah.
Basically, Carmen loves doing things where she gets to hang out with her friends.
I do. I was like, Kayleigh, let's start a podcast because we need to hang out more. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, let's start a yarn together so we can hang out more. So basically, if you want to hang out with me, you need to start a business with me.
That is such a Carmen thing. Like capitalist Carmen too.
Capitalist Carmen is like, but we have to be making money.
I can only be your friend if there's profit.
That's so horrible. I know. It's so horrible.
That is not what Carmen's actually like. She has plenty of friends that she does not make profit with.
What?
Although now I'm like growing from my brain, I'm like, no, all your friends are your collaborators.
I just have really talented friends.
You do.
I think is actually the problem.
Yeah.
Like, you do. And I just want to collaborate with everybody. Yeah. It's really fun. Like, Athena just dropped off
these amazing notebooks.
Yeah, so there's a goodie bag for the retreat, and Athena from Meticulous Ink dropped off her creation for the goodie bags. It's really nice.
They're amazing. Also, news creation for the goodie bags.
Yes,
I am like, why? Why can I not go?
There's also the goodie bag gets housed in a bag hammer bag that she has made just for retreats.
Yeah, and they're amazing, and they're
nice.
Basically Kaylee.
They are pretty Kaylee colors, actually. They're weirdly not Carmen colors at all, but our branding for the events is
they're gorgeous.
Yeah, very autumnal. So I have friends that I don't make profit off of. Just be very clear. I'm gonna have to go reevaluate my whole life.
Yeah, there you go. We'll send you to therapy, don't worry.
Super.
Alright, so what was the other exciting thing then?
Oh, right. I think you have that on your side.
I do. I'm looking at you and it's like, here it is.
So we also got another thing I've been working on for a while. So we stock Spincycle Yarns, and Spincycle offers a custom colorway to shops. But it's an application process, right?
Yeah.
Because they're very busy. They have a lot of colors. And, you know, yeah, it's an application process. And this has been available for a while.
Yeah, how long has it been?
Yeah, it's been available since we started stocking it, which is in 2019, I think? 2018, 2019, I don't know. But they even sent me an email a couple years ago being like, don't you want to apply for this? And I'm like, I do.
But it's so hard.
I felt really paralyzed by the pressure of it being a good color, and like I didn't have inspiration, and I was I don't want to just make a yarn and a color just because of profit. Actually,
definitely, you want to love it.
Just to point that out.
I remember when I first started working here and was getting obsessed with Spincycle, I was like, why don't we have a custom color? And Carmen was like, you can't talk to me about that.
I'm pretty sure Kieran asked me like every other week. Have you, are we getting one? What is it gonna be? Will it be red and blue? Because those are my favorite colors. No. So
Kieran's special color.
Yes, Kieran's special colorway. You can get your own colorway, Kieran. So yes, this spring I was like, okay, it's time. And I finally felt like I had the inspiration. So I filled out the application, and then you wait. Because it's an application. It's not a given that you get the colorway. And then they wrote back and they were like, yes, we love your inspiration. We're excited to dye it. And then you wait too, because
they don't necessarily have to dye it right away.
No, they don't have to dye it right away. Also, you sent them like a photo of like, this is my inspiration. And you know, I trust them. They're fucking amazing with color, right? Like they're so good. But still, you're like, will this translate? Because I don't make yarn, so I don't actually know how this will translate into a yarn color. To say I cried when they sent me the first photo of it.
You were pretty freaking excited.
I was really excited.
Also too, by the way, Carmen was brutal to all of us. She didn't tell us, she didn't give us the picture that she said.
I did not.
She didn't tell us the photo. And we were all just like, because she texted us and she was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. And then that was it. We were like,
yeah, I didn't, I was like...
You wanted to share it with people, but then at the same time it was like, no, I need it.
Well,
to be a surprise.
I just was like, you know, everybody's gonna have an opinion, and until we see the yarn, I don't actually care what the opinion is, because we can't change anything, we can't do anything about it, right? Like, so anyways, all of that to say that the yarn, the custom colorway from Spincycle has arrived.
Yep.
We have it on all 3 of their bases, so Dyed in the Wool, Dream State, and Plump, and it is
Amazeballs.
Amazeballs, which is what I wanted to name it.
Yep.
But I got vetoed for it being a granny core word.
Is it not a granny core word?
Yes, according to the Gen Zers of Spincycle.
Man, that makes me feel really old.
I know, right?
Am I a granny?
I don't know. I laughed so hard at the email back going, yeah, unfortunately, we've had some vetoes to that. Because you get to like make some suggestions for the name, but they have final saying power, which is fine.
I mean, the name that it is.
The name that it is great.
It's great. And It's kind of the equivalent of amazeballs in Gen Z lingo.
Yeah. So, you know, in 10 years, someone's gonna be like, that's really granny core. Radical will be back or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Cowabunga.
So what's it called?
It's called Next Level. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah. Here. Let's just hold them all up.
Yes. So we have I've got all 3 weights in my hand. Dyed in the Wool is on the top, Plump is in the middle, and Dream State is on the bottom. And it's blue, it's orange, it's pink, there's yellow in it.
It really shows you kind of the...
It's very corally.
range.
It's getting a bit blown out by the light, unfortunately.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kind of see, even this one's like so random. It's got so much green in it.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like, it's got a super, it's like, so many of them are so diverse.
Yeah, so the thing I found really interesting too, because you get the entire dye badge, right? Yeah. So you see the whole spectrum. Like when we order other colors, we just get a portion of the dye badge.
We get like 5 skeins or something.
Yeah, so you can see that some of it is like really quite blue with like bits of pink, and some of it's very pink with like little bits of blue, and there's stuff in the middle of that.
Yeah, these lids in the middle of it. Yeah.
And I am absolutely blown away.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Spincycle has done the best job.
I mean, if you two look at the photo that, maybe, are you going to put the photo up? Your inspo photo up?
Maybe,
you want to keep it super secret?
I will put the inspo photo up.
Because if you look at the inspo photo, like, the exact colors.
They nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
they nailed the brightness of it. Yeah. They nailed the contrast of it.
The funness of it.
The funness of it. It was meant to be a really happy color, and I think we've just
we need some happiness.
Yeah. We just hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head.
I really want this one.
That's a good one. Yeah. I mean, this is why Wednesday I was like, I don't know what to do. We finally had Fluff in the shop. The Spincycle arrived.
I'm gonna cry.
I was about to cry. I had to go get my nails done, and I just walked in and was like, I can't look at colors, you just put something on my nails.
I'm obsessed with this one.
It's a really good one.
That's got like all of them.
Yeah.
In it.
And I could not decide which. Did I want super corally? Did I want super blue? I ended up somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Because I'm using it. So back to my tessellated swatches, which is kind of where we started.
So now that we've told you all the things in the swatch.
In the swatch. So I'm using Opus, Fluff, and Next Level in my tessellated now, and I couldn't decide. So I've done the swatch on Splashed White using Cinema, English Rose, and Dancing Flamingo at the top there, and then I did the exact same thing on Hickory as a base background color. Because I just wanted to see how the colors played together. They're still drying, which is why I have them on my board. And I've decided to definitely go with Hickory. I like the lower contrast. I like the dark background. I
really like the white though too. I mean, I think it looks gorgeous. But
I like
this is more autumny, isn't it?
Yes. So I think on the white, the English Rose looks best. Sort of low contrast, but it's a little pastel-y for me. Also, I should have managed my Spincycle. Because I ended up with like a pastel-y bit and the skein itself is actually very bright.
So which two are you deciding between?
So I'm deciding between the Hickory with Dancing Flamingo or English Rose. And I will decide tomorrow morning when they're dry in some daylight. And then that is what I'm knitting on the retreat.
Love it. And you're doing the vest, right?
I'm doing the vest because there's no way I'm getting the sweater done before wrapping.
Fair.
I mean, we're like less than 40 days out.
I know, it's really bad. Carmen, don't talk to me about it. I also need to knit a hat.
Yes, I need to knit a hat as well. It's gonna be fine.
I'm kind of, well, actually, I was just about to say, I'm kind of like, oh, Mom, can you knit me the hat? Because she's gonna be there. But then I was talking to my mom the other day and she was like, I am so behind schedule, Kayleigh. So it's happening across the board.
Jen, help us out here.
I mean, it's not like she has a full-time job. She has a full-time job.
Where are our moms when we need them? Actually, they're buying us wine. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. There you go.
This is so nice.
Yeah, it is. It's so different too. I really like it.
I'm enjoying this. Only 12 bottles, guys. So we might go buy another one.
Yeah. Oh, anyway.
I feel like We were gonna do pattern suggestions for Fluff.
Oh yeah, we've kind of like talked about a few of them, I suppose, but let's go through a few.
Let's do like 3 or 4 more.
Yeah. So we've already talked about Joji Locatelli's Instant Crush.
Yep.
We've talked about it's Jonna
Hietala, Seela.
Yep. Actually, one of the customers that came in today, this was one that I've thought would be good, used the Opus in Summer Storm and the Fluff in Lavender Tea for My Favorite Things, number 14 sweater. Nice. So that's that one. Basically, I spent about 2 hours with the customer. She was the nicest woman in the world. I was like, you can be my friend. It's fine. I spent 2 hours with you. We're friends now. We're besties.
Hey!
Yeah, sorry.
I'm kidding.
She came in, wanted a white jumper.
Okay.
And then I showed her this combo because she was like, I really want neutrals. And I was like, ooh, this is a bit of a spicy neutral, but it is a neutral.
I love it. Spicy neutral. There you go.
Yeah. Which is what we like to call a summer storm.
We do.
That is our spicy neutral. And then she was like, oh my god, what have you done to me? And then it took her 2 hours to make a decision because she was like, I came in for white, but this is amazing. What do I do? So that is actually one of my new favorite combos there.
I mean, it's very nice.
Amazing.
It's very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, what other patterns?
Well, Max's Moonbumps shawl. So it's 2 skeins of Fluff plus 1 skein of Spincycle dyed in the wool.
Oh, lovely.
So if you want to try out, you know, our custom colorway with some Fluff, I think with feather, I would probably do it.
I want to do it with this one.
Or that. I mean, it would also be really nice with glacial depths.
Oh, and actually, I think actually that's better. Yeah.
I think it depends on the skein.
Yeah.
You know, which way to go.
Yeah,
and
glacial depths would be good.
his
Also this one.
Bumpy Cardigan. Same concept in a cardigan form. He's actually knit both of those with Fluff already.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, because he used the test, like
the
test spin in the gray.
Good.
Yeah, obviously the Tessellated, which you've talked about. There's a few patterns from Petite Knits that we really like. We really like Cumulus. The Cumulus blouse. Where is that?
The novice sweater too.
The novice sweater. And then Vest number 2 by My Favorite Things Knitwear.
That'd be gorgeous.
Really good. The Agneta cardigan by Petite Knits. That is brioche.
Yeah.
And I might make a sample knit or make it because I really want it. But I do not want to.
That's gorgeous.
It's really nice.
Also, too, of course, lots of people's favorites of Love Note and Ranunculus because you can basically use it on any weight. They would be great for that. Both have a bit of lace work in them, which will be beautiful in a mohair. So,
yes. Well, there's no mohair.
Sorry.
Alpaca.
Silk. A floof.
It's a fluffy, floofy yarn. Yeah, so there are a lot of patterns that you can use this for. And you can make a nice lightweight warm garment by using a single strand of Fluff as opposed to like 2 strands of something.
Yeah, definitely. It's actually really lightweight. So when I tried on Amanda's sample, I was surprised at how lightweight it is because sometimes like with a mohair jumper, when it's held together with something else, it's really warm.
Yeah.
Whereas this is so much more like lightweight, and it is because you're just using that single strand. You have a lot more kind of breathing room.
Yep.
With the floof.
And the gauge on Fluff is quite versatile. So I think you could use it on anything from like a 3mm, definitely up to 5. I've swatched with it on 5mm. It looks amazing. So you can use it as a DK weight quite easily. If you're into that fabric, like, you know, because it is a bit looser.
It's more open. Yeah. But because of the fluffy bits, it does, like, fill that in.
It fills the gaps. It's not, like, see-through or sheer.
Yeah.
It's just more open.
Definitely.
Yeah. I definitely will be doing a sweater with it on a 5mm.
Yeah.
Also because that's faster.
Yeah.
I don't know what sweater.
I think Amanda's done hers on a 4mm needle.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah. So,
I'm excited for her pattern. It's really
it's gorgeous.
Cute.
It's so cute.
Really cute.
Like, as soon as I tried it on, I was like, I need to knit this. It's so cute. Yeah. And it fits really well. Like it drapes really nicely on you.
She's done a really interesting thing with the shoulders.
Yeah.
That she's excited about.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll talk about that more.
Yeah, well, we'll have to have Amanda on.
Yeah, we will have to have Amanda on. Amanda will be an excellent guest.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she would. She'll have lots of things to say about the wine, too.
Oh, man. What are you doing next week while I'm at a retreat, by the way?
What am I doing? I am working.
Fun.
At the Office for Students. And actually today is mine and Sam's 6-year anniversary.
Aw, happy anniversary.
And I'm spending it with Carmen.
That's not my fault.
So we're actually going tomorrow to do a lovely long walk to the pig near Bath.
Nice.
And have a really nice lunch and then walk back. So it's 6 miles there, 6 miles back.
Perfect for a 6-year anniversary.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
Nice.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna have some venison.
Have you eaten there before?
Well, I've been to the New Forest location.
Okay, yeah.
I haven't been to the Bath one.
Okay.
And the New Forest one we went to like I think 4 or 5 years ago. But because it's also my 6-year anniversary of me and Sam, it also means it's the 6-year anniversary from when I moved to the UK.
Is it?
I met Sam the first day. And we were right in there. First day I moved here. Got to Sheffield, didn't even unpack my stuff, went in a pub crawl, found Sam. I was like, yes, you're the guy.
Well, cheers to you and Sam.
So that's also what I'm doing with my time this week.
Nice.
Is there anything else? Am I forgetting something?
I feel like you have big news.
We bought a house?
Oh, okay. We bought a house. Is that big news?
Yeah. Is that big news? Yes, Sam and I bought a house in Bath, in Odd Down. So we'll be in Bath for a while.
Which is really good.
Yep.
For me and my
podcast.
My podcast. And the profit I want to make from our friendship. No, your house is really nice.
Yeah, Carmen's seen it. So has Susan. I brought them along as second set of eyes to make sure we weren't doing something crazy, because basically we started looking for a house, and then we found a house, and then we were like, okay, I mean, this is perfect, so do we keep looking? And it was like a matter of like 4 days.
Yeah.
After we started looking.
It's pretty intense. Yeah. You were like, oh, we're gonna look for a house. And then you were like, can you come look at this house with me? Because I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, are we crazy?
That's a really good house.
Yeah. And it's right, Odd Down's really interesting neighborhood. It's right on the edge of the countryside. And then it's got a really good bus route down into town. Yeah. So actually Kieran used to live there. So I did. That's how I became familiar with Odd Down.
And you're super lucky because Taylor's Bagels is opening its second location, like right around the corner.
I know, oh my god. Well, that was the thing, when we were actually looking at it, we're like, the one thing that it doesn't have is a place that we can walk to go and get coffee. Yeah. And then Taylor's was like, we are now opening. We're like, all right.
Now we can walk and get coffee. Because you guys both work from home, and it is nice to go, like, walk for a coffee. Yeah. And
I'm a little bit like, Kai, are you stalking me and Sam? Because you live, like, your current place is right across the road from us, and now your new place is right across the road from us? I mean, is he stalking me, or am I stalking him?
That's a very good question. Kai, by the way, is the owner of Taylor's Bagels. This morning. Peaches is coming to say hello. I think Peaches is like, are we done with the podcast?
It's time to go.
It's time to go. Also, we're losing our light. It's definitely autumn.
Definitely autumn.
The light has changed massively since
we're gonna have to figure out.
We might need another ring light.
Yeah. All the lights.
We're definitely getting new microphones for the next.
So the sound should be better.
So the sound for the audio listeners should be better. And yeah.
So you won't get any sort of background noise?
Yeah, less background noise. Because we do film in the shop.
Yeah.
We record in the shop. And it's a pretty busy road. So there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
And noise and stuff. So, I think we only have one more episode before we go to Rhinebeck, by the way.
Oh my god.
I know.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have some plans for while we're at Rhinebeck.
Yeah, we do. If any of you are coming to Rhinebeck, we'd love to see you.
Yes, please come say hi to us.
It's been really nice actually catching up with a lot of you in the shop. Yes. As you all know, I work in the shop like 1 to 2 days a month at most. Yeah. But it's amazing how many of you I've been able to meet, and it means a lot to me, all the comments that you have and the little chats that we have.
Yeah, so. I'm not in the shop all that regularly anymore. I sort of pop in and out, but I was here quite a bit this week, and I heard someone I overheard someone talking about the spur hat, which I had made, and they were like, well, Carmen's head is 23 inches, and I was like, yes, it is. And she's like, oh, I feel really weird at your measurements. I was like, I put them on the internet. So
everybody knows
Everybody knows my measurements. Oh, Peaches, hi. There's Peach's ears down at the bottom of the screen for all of you. All right, well, I think Peaches is like, it's time for dinner. It's time to go home. So we'll cut it here. Yeah. Did we forget anything this week?
I don't think so. Well, we can talk for ages, so.
I mean, yeah. And we still have some wine.
Yeah, we still have some wine.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. And as always, like, subscribe, and leave us some comments. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know if you have questions. Give us wine recommendations.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it was nice to see you all. Yeah. Or be with you all.
Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.